Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to do a team building guide for Super Saiyan Goku's powerful comeback team. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at what some of his best team builds are, and then talk about just other viable units you can play around with on his team. A lot of what team building is, I would say for most teams there isn't like one specific best setup. Like there are best rotations, I would say, better setups depending on the event you're doing, but you're always adjusting your team builds, right? So don't look at any one of these team builds and say, I always have to run it just like that. Like, always tweak, make adjustments as you go. And then, obviously, as new characters come out, there could be other team builds. Now, for those of you that maybe are watching this later, I'm recording this at the very beginning of the worldwide download celebration. So, there's very likely, if you're watching this after part 2, there could be another EZA or something of somebody that would be viable on this team. So, just use kind of what you hear in this video to your advantage to kind of figure out if those units would fit in here or not, right? So let's go ahead and take a look. So what I've got here is I've got like a couple of like full team builds just to show you, and then I will show you guys like just a big list of units and like kind of talk about which ones can work, right? So the one thing is powerful comeback is a little bit limited, right? But there are like some very good units packed into that list. So one thing that I noticed when looking at this team build, I feel like, so the way I like to run my team builds is I like to run 2 main rotations and then have floating supports. Powerful Comeback doesn't really have enough support units to do that. So this is as close as I can come to a more traditional build where basically you want to feature this guy because he's ridiculous and he's good, right? So you kind of want this guy on both of your main rotations. So he actually links up super good with this guy. He shares all but 1 link. So he's getting 6 out of 7 links with this year 3 LR. And this Gogeta is actually very good in hard content with that transformation ability. Super effective against all types. Like, he's still a very, very good unit, right? Now, this Gogeta could be run on the other rotation with the other Goku. Now, untransformed, he only shares, I think, like 3 links with him. But after this guy transforms, then he also will share 6 links with the Goku. So basically, you have 2 rotations with these Goku Gogeta rotations. And they're actually really good. And this guy transforms very easily. So you don't have to put up with the poor linking for very long. He gets transformed pretty quickly. And then you can jump in and get that link. So that's kind of my 2 rotations for this team. And then this Gohan, you could actually use him as a floating support unit. Now, he only supports Entrusted Will for Ki 2 and Attack 30, but he is still like a 50% support for Super Class, which to me is still worth running as a support. I wish he was giving Ki. It's kind of a bummer because Entrusted Will isn't the greatest category out there, and it really doesn't support anyone on this team other than himself, right? It's a lot of Ultimate Gohan and like Trunks units that are on that Entrusted Will, but even just as a 50% floating defense support, I feel like that's decent, and he's good enough defensively to run as like a nice floating unit, right? And then Master Roshi would be like the other floating support here. Now he's only going to be supporting himself and then the actual LR Gokus, because he's a Turtle School support. But this Roshi, even when not supporting, he's actually a very good unit and has Revive. The one thing about this Powerful Comeback team is there's a ton of Revive units on here because that's kind of what Powerful Comeback is, right? Like, you get beat up and then you come back. So, Roshi there would be a floating support. And then, Namek Goku could be here as a floater, or you could use him on rotation to float one of the Tech Gokus. That could be an option. But I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, this guy's got a 200% team here. And he's going to be very good on it. It's a bummer he shares the name with the leader because it can get a little bit clunky, right? And the Tech Goku's definitely better than this guy. So it's really hard to find room for him, even though this is like his best team. It's kind of an odd situation, but if you want to find room for Namek Goku, throw him in even as just a floating unit, and he's going to be fine there, right? So now this here, you could take a very different route with this. You could pretty much do like a full Realm of Gods build here. And what you would do in this instance is I think you would actually float this Goku and just have him as a very strong floating unit. And then your rotations would probably be like an Evolution Blue Vegeta rotation. And then you'd have like a UI Goku rotation like this. And then this physical God duel could just be floating. The thing with these Realm of Gods units, like all 5 of these, they all link good enough together that any of them can be a rotation. So this is a team where, like, if you're running into an event, you really can't get a bad rotation. The only way you'd get a bad rotation is if you end up with like 2 of this guy and then a Realm of Gods unit on 1 rotation. But most of the time, as long as you just have 2 of these Realm of Gods units, they all link good together. So this is just a team with like no support, but there's just a ton of really good linking. You've got revival in here. You've got a lot of dodging in here. So this is a team that can definitely be decent if you like the Realm of God setup, and they're all going to be 200% supported. So yeah, pretty crazy how you can do that, right? Now what I'm going to do here is, instead of showing other team setups, I'm just going to show you other units that are good that can like link up and be on the team, right? I actually found that this guy shares enough links that you could actually run him on rotation with the Tech Goku. I think they share like 3 links. It's not the best, but like this guy's actually pretty decent, and he's featured on the banner. I ended up rainbowing him during the celebration, so I definitely plan to do like a full showcase on this guy and really see what they can do. But it's a unit that I really haven't given much of a chance because I haven't really had them like well built, and now that I got them full level 10 links rainbowed, I really want to give them a fair shot. I was doing some runs with them though, and they were just linked up to the Tech Goku, hitting like 6 mil attack stats. So not a bad unit, and they've got, you know, a lot of they've got damage reduction, they've got revive mechanic, they've got an exchange. So they definitely can do well, I think, in hard content. So that's a unit you could run. This Gohan is getting a little bit dated, but if you really like him, like, you can slot him onto the team. He's going to link okay with that. Actually pretty decent with that Tech Goku leader, so you could run him if you want to try him. For the Realm of Gods build, if maybe you didn't like the physical God duo, like this guy could slot in as well. Once again, it's all going to depend on the event you're running. If you're running an event like where the final boss is Tech, like this guy might be an option for you, and he's going to stack defense, right? So he's good for that Realm of Gods build. I have to throw out Tech Ultimate Gohan. Now, Tech Ultimate Gohan, his big thing is he doesn't really link great with anyone. He links well with a couple of like the untransformed Super Saiyans. So like the Tech Gogeta untransformed, when it's just like a base Goku, base Vegeta, he links decent with him. And then he also links well with STR Namek Goku before he transforms. But even if he's not linking, we all know how good this Gohan is. So if you're willing to sacrifice linking and just run this guy on rotation with whoever and let this guy stack up in difficult content, like this guy is probably one of the best characters on this team flat out. And he's got a 200% leader skill here. So Tech Ultimate Gohan, definitely we have to shout him out, right? And then, as I brought up earlier, this Namek Goku. So Namek Goku untransformed will link decent with Tech Ultimate Gohan. I think they've got like 3 links. And then he links pretty decent with the Tech Gogeta untransformed. And then this guy, when he does transforms, then he links really good with all the Super Saiyans. So he's going to link really good with your on-rotation Goku. He's going to link really well with the transformed Gogeta. So this guy has an EZA coming. So at the time I'm recording this, he's not that great, but I saw his EZA details, and I think he is going to be really good, like pretty solid unit. And he is going to defense stack after he transforms. So this is a guy, I would say, a prime candidate that you could run him on main rotation with the Tech Goku. Once again, the links will suffer a little bit until he transforms. So once he transforms, they're going to link up really, really well. So this guy definitely, I think, could be actually a mainstay on the team. And then I just got this guy on the banner. I haven't fully awakened him yet, but this is the LR Exchange Goku Vegeta. So if we do this, we're looking at this guy right here. This guy doesn't link too crazy. I think he shares like 4 links with Namek Goku and maybe 3 with the Tech Goku. But this guy is a good enough unit that, once again, if you really like him, you could definitely run him on the team and put him on rotation. Or he could just be like a floating unit, once again, if you want to. So anyways, guys, there you go. Those are my builds for Powerful Comeback. If you want more specific advice or need help with other team building, I do offer a team building support in my Discord. My Discord link is posted in all of my videos, so feel free to hop in and join us there. I or myself or someone else will definitely help you out with some team builds. So anyways, guys, hope this guide helps you out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all on the next one.